Hey, welcome back to Good Knit Kisses. Hey, hey, hey. Welcome to the replay. Welcome to live. I am looking at two cameras today. I have two phones set up. One is up on my tripod and like higher on one of those like gorilla things for YouTube. Hi, YouTube. And one is on Facebook on my regular tripod. Hi, Facebook. This is a trial. On my stats for my YouTube. What I did is I actually wrote on there that this is kind of a trial to do Facebook and YouTube live. So anyway, I don't know if it looks weird for me to like sort of look in the middle and not at either one of you guys, because I really would hate that. So I'm going to have to figure out a setup where like both cameras are on top of each other, but I'm not really sure how to do that yet. So because I have not been able to go to the store and get a tripod. So I kind of feel like I'm like at like a big event where I'm like talking back and forth. But anyway, so welcome. I'm going to say it all again because people joining us live do not know. I am on YouTube on one camera and Facebook on another, and we're doing a trial to do live and just see how it's going. I like how all the comments are saved on Facebook live, and then you can tell like by a dot that, hey, good morning, Jackie. Oh my gosh. Wow. That's super small. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Gayla and Wendy on Facebook. So, anyway, this is kind of an interesting thing. I just thought, why not try today? So, thanks y'all. You like the hat? I actually have it turned. This is like a soft brim, and I just kind of have it like sort of swanky back here like this. So, glad you like it. This is actually my favorite side, which is funny. So maybe what I need to do is just take it and omit the visor, because I don't always use that soft brim visor. So, anyway, it's kind of fun. But YouTube, when I look at that, the YouTube live comments are awesome. But what I don't like about it is it doesn't keep those comments. I'm not really sure how to keep those comments. And so Facebook is where it's at as far as keeping everything. Because I get to see like a little red dot if it's live, if the comment was made live. And, oh, hey, you like the hat? Thanks, Jackie. I don't... Tell me what you guys think about this. Do you like... I know I'm being goofy right now because, well, let's face it, I'm goofy. But if you, do you guys like that I might try doing it dual? I mean, obviously, if I could put like them on top of each other, it would be great. I wonder if I could like double stack it like a Big Mac of double stack. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. I'm going to say hi to my peeps on Facebook here. Scroll through. Oh, we got another one. Kayla. Sorry. If I botched your name on YouTube, I'm sorry. It's really small. Thank you. I'm so glad you like the hat. You like the pattern? Thank you. This is my slouchy newsboy hat, but I took out the slouch, and I have like the slouchy version and the non-slouchy in the same pattern. So this is the needle knit version, and then I have a loom knit version as well. The needle one is newer, and this is Wool and the Gang. This yarn is from Wool and the Gang. They had sent me some wool, and I love it. Oh my gosh, it was so fun to work with. It's like big sexy wool or something, and all the colors are fun. So I'm going to say good morning, everyone. Good morning, Bridget and Wendy, Gayla, Brenda, Bridget again, and Helen, Patty Coach, Carol. Good morning. Thank you for the coffee. Brandy and Marcola. Thank you so much. Let's see who's on YouTube. Jennifer. Hey, y'all. I'm so glad you joined me. This is so fun. So, again, if you're just joining me, I've got YouTube going on and Facebook going on. I've got two different cameras. And anyway, so today is the Knitting and Yarn Day on Wednesday. We had a live tutorial training on Facebook yesterday for loom knitting. and I am presently editing the video for that. It will come out. It's for the cross stitch cowl. It will come out as soon as I'm done with it. I'm not like your standard YouTuber, and I'm like committing myself to a schedule. I need to be more committed to like hey, this comes out this day. But I'll get there. One time, whenever I can afford. Whenever I can afford to build my own studio or like wall this in, or we move to a house that has a studio, then I think I'll be a little more regular on that. Let's see who says, oh, thank you, Jennifer. Thank you so much. And Jackie says, yes, the lettering is tiny on Facebook. Is cool. Also live. Yeah, it's super tiny. It's like the letters are, I'm guessing that's like a 5-point font. And how do you get on Facebook instead? Well, if you just go on Facebook and go on my Good Knit Kisses page, and if you want to type in the link, it's facebook.com/Good Knit Kisses YouTube. You have to spell it out. I'm sorry. When I did it originally, I probably should have just said Good Knit Kisses, but I don't know why I didn't. I don't know why, but anyway, I wrote YouTube out. So not really sure why I did that. Good morning, Connie. So glad you're here. Gayla says dual would be totally up to you. Just go as long as I get my Good Knit Kisses, Kristen Good Knit Kisses fixed. Oh, you're so sweet. Hey, Rebecca, Luann, thank you so much on the compliments on the hat. Oh, first time, Janine from Missouri. Oh, and Gayla's from Kansas, the southeast corner. Okay, who else? Let's see. We got Nancy over here. How do you get on Facebook? Oh, we already answered that. Yay, can't wait. So yeah, so if you'll go to, hey, good morning, Candy Annie. Oh, and you're on YouTube. Oh, because I normally see her on here on Facebook. So, my peeps are all YouTubers. I love the YouTube, but we do have a crossovers on Facebook because my super dedicated YouTuber peeps are also on Facebook. And, I'm always curious where everybody likes to hang. I know like Facebook is kind of weird to just be like, oh, I leave it up all day long. I mean, not Facebook, YouTube. And so I don't really know, but I'm assuming that YouTube maybe gave you an announcement that I came on and you were like, hey, let's go. Like, did it give you an announcement on your phone? And then you're like, boom, let's go. Let's see Kristen. Good morning, Jennifer. Yeah, so I'm so glad you're here. Luann says, get her my better video on Facebook. Oh, LOL, no, getting better video on Facebook. Yeah, I really am enjoying the Facebook. So let's bring on the competition. YouTube, get your live video stuff together. So yeah, hey, girly. Oh, it's your DEA. What? Gloria? Is this Gloria Chandler? Oh, my friend. It's my friend. Hey, just saw you last night. Oh, hugs. She's going on the mission trip with me. Woo-woo! So last night we had a mission trip meeting for the pink mission I'm going on. And we are going to... we got more information. If y'all want me to talk about it, I'll talk about it more. I'm waiting on some information for something else, and I'll probably do like a non-standard time format of I talk about that so people aren't like, it's not during like a knitting time. So, but I'll tell you more on some of the details I want to share. Facebook. Oh, hiya, Ellie. Hey. Oh, you catch it on the replay. Okay, bye, Marcola. YouTube's better for non-live videos. Yeah. Candy Annie couldn't figure out on Facebook. Yes, I got a notification. Yeah, if you have to go to my main Good Knit Kisses page on my phone. Oh, it was a pop on your phone. Okay, super. Yeah, YouTube gave me an announcement. So good. I'm not sure if Facebook is doing that. Are you guys experiencing that on Facebook? So like if I pop on, does Facebook like say, hey, by the way, your friend's on? Or are you guys getting a notification on your phone that says on Facebook that I'm popped up? If you're on Facebook, if you go to Good Knit Kisses page, which is Facebook.com/goodnitkisses. YouTube. If you have liked the page, you can also kind of click or hover around that area, and on the settings, you can tell it to see first, that kind of thing. So you can like kind of choose your own adventure of what you'd like to see. There's this song in this musical that I was in. I didn't sing this song, but you remember those choose your own adventure books? There was a song, and then they go, choose your own adventure, take your life into your hands. So, every time I think that choose your own adventure, I hear that song. Luann says, I didn't get one for you, but I've gotten for others. There must be a setting. Okay, awesome. Well, I'll have to figure that out. Yeah, Facebook used to be, but it hasn't lately. Okay. All right. Well, let me get started. You guys, so I'm going to get me some more coffee. I got to get caffeinated here. And this may not work, me also doing YouTube. Maybe like when I do a live tutorial, it would be more appropriate. I was thinking of doing a live tutorial today if you guys want. And if we do that, what I would say is I'm not prepared to do it on YouTube, like meaning where I can't like move it downwards to see what's like on the surface. And I might have to tell the YouTubers, hey, you're going to have to go over to my page to watch this. If you guys vote and tell me, yes, you want to see me do a short tutorial, then I can totally do that. Anyway, so today I've got some more of this big Bernat Blanket yarn, and I've got my big needles, these 50s, 25 millimeter US 50 needles. Like, how do I get it in both frames? It has to be like right here. Oh my gosh, this reminds me of the song. Who has seen PPAP? Have y'all seen me posting about PPAP? Because that is hilarious. Hilarious. Let me go find the song, shall I? Yeah, we're gonna get the song done. Yes, we are. Because I'm gonna do it here because it's so stinking hilarious, I think. It's like what I call stupid funny. Oh man, come on. Good. Kisses YouTube. Congratulations. Wow, this is great. Hey, from Puerto Rico. YouTube used to be, okay. Just saw this morning. Do you guys see my goofy? Oh, Gayla says, I vote for Facebook live chats too and YouTube for learning. Dual broadcasts seem to be causing mega buffering. Oh no, that's not okay. Oh, Anne-Marie did the choose your own adventure. Hey, if you're just joining me on YouTube live, what's happening is I'm doing a dual broadcast where I've got you kind of hop on pop on like the side of my tripod, and like one of those like gorilla tripod things, and which is not going to totally work. Like if I had to do a tutorial, and I've got Facebook Live right over here. So when you see me like talking this way, it's because I'm looking at Facebook, and I'm reading the comments. Oh, wow. Okay, so I saw this thing called PPAP, which is pen, pineapple, apple, pen. Oh, you like my moving shirt? Yeah, it was like my daughter was in a sweater in the back seat. And so anyway, I've got to find it. I've got to find this thing because it's hilarious. So y'all have to hear this. If you haven't heard it, we're totally going to, okay. Okay, wait. This is it. I'm going to make sure you can hear it. Ready?
I have a pen. I have an apple. Apple pen. I have a pen. I have pineapple. Pineapple pen. Apple pen. Pineapple pen. Pineapple apple pen. Pineapple apple pen.
so silly. Like, silly. That's what I call stupid silly. The Japanese know how to have fun, and Koreans and everybody, people work really hard. You need to be silly, and it's okay to be silly. Oh, those are large needles. Yeah, Jackie. Mr. Tink says, can't wait to see what you're doing. If you're going to do, I was going to do a rug with that yarn. Yeah, you could. I think you could do a rug with the yarn. Yeah. But I think you should have like a little rug grip, rug hold underneath it for sure. Kelly Shea says, hey, Raylyn. She joined us. Hey, Raylyn. I hope you're feeling okay today. Hopefully I can cheer you up. Let's see. Yvette, LOL, yes. So is that the pen, pineapple, apple pen, PPAP? PPAP. Anyway, the guy is hilarious. So he is a comedian in Japan, and apparently that's one of his characters. That's like not him normally, but it's one of his characters. And he's dressed up in like this bright yellow, and he has this big old like cheetah scarf in yellow. And anyway, all right, so we're going to do a tutorial here, I think, yes. And so it'll just be on Big Needles working with this. So you found me on Facebook. Yay, Candy Annie. There she goes. Ellie says watching both Facebook and YouTube. Oh, YouTube has a delay from Facebook. Need Dramamine. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's funny. I mean, funny, not funny. Oh, the large needles for the BBAP song. I'm frozen. Is anyone singing Frozen? Oh, standing frozen in this life you chosen. Okay, Michael's had a sale for $6.99. Yeah, Michael's had a sale for $6.99. They're still on sale. In fact, oh, and I saw a Bernat baby blanket yarn for not this big kind, but at Joann's for $6.99. I'm not sure what the normal price is on it. I didn't check, but I do know it's $6.99. And right now, if you are buying for the Bernat Mystery Stitch Along, by the way, you guys get ready. I have to make this announcement before I do anything else. Joann's Bernat baby blanket yarn. So Bernat and Joann's have teamed up, and they have a mystery stitch along. You can do knitting and you can do crochet, and I'm going to be following the knitting. And Yolanda Soto Lopez, who sometimes joins us on here on Facebook, she is teaching her it's not her pattern, but she's teaching the pattern. So week by week, starting next week, it gets released. So every Tuesday, and then I'll be blogging probably by Monday. Did I say Tuesday? I'll be at least putting my stuff up by Tuesday, so I'm going to be like working fast and feverish to get it done. But so Mondays that they post the weekly stitch along, and then I'm going to be like mad fast knitting to get it done, and I'll be taking pictures and sharing my experiences on a blog. And there's an event page, and you just post your work and share all, and I think it's handmade with Joann is the hashtag. You post it and write hashtag handmade with Joann, and they'll follow and share and check out your stuff, and we can all work on it together. So it's a knit along and a crochet along. And Mikey with Michael Selick, who's AKA the Mikey with the Crochet Crowd, he will be doing the crochet. So we have crochet with Mikey and knitting with Yolanda. And that will be a lot of fun. So, and then the Bernat baby blanket yarn at Joann's is on sale right now. And you can get all your supplies. And so if you check out goodknitkisses.com and hit my blog and look for the Bernat one, that will give you the details and the event page and the page that you need to go to get all your supplies. And Ellie says, more 3 a.m. bedtime and silly sleep. Kristen the next morning. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, because there's a video, I would like you guys all to attempt it, please. I would think it would be awesome if you guys would attempt it with me, and we work on this together. No matter your level, it would be really good to stretch yourself. I encourage you. I'll be there right along with you. I may be learning some new things along with you, and it'll be fun. Okay. Oh, Leah Anthony, thank you. You like my hat? Hey, I sent off your prize, Leah. Thank you for being my first comment when I did that giveaway. And we're going to be having another review, by the way, YouTubers. We'll be having a review of a loom knitting book and a giveaway at the end of that. And that will be coming up. And then we'll have another week to, get all your comments in. And then that will be sent to you directly from the author. It is a leisure arts book. And Kathy Norris is so generous to donate those. And, where do you find my blog? Go to goodknitkisses.com. And it takes a minute to load. And then, just because I think my images are just too big. But you can click on blog or resources or about me. Blog or resources are the best places to go. And if you don't know what you're looking for, you can click on the little magnifying glass, the search button. Click the search button, type in a short keyword, and all the articles, whether they're in a blog or whether they're in resources, it will pop up. So thank you guys for the hat comments. Love it, love it. Leah says, yay, illuminating book. Yeah. I don't have an extra one to send to the first comment on that, but I might have gifts for people. I might. Where do you find the blog? Let's see. Stephanie says, yeah, goodknitkisses.com for the blog. Or yes, you can go to the phone app. That would be fine. Yeah, auto-corrected. I saw that. Yeah. Thanks, Bridget. Okay. So I am going to... Oh, you're happy. Yay! Okay, so today, do you guys want to see me work with this? We could make up a quickie scarf and kind of work on it together. If you are on YouTube and joining us live, I'm going to go ahead and cut that broadcast short because on Facebook, I can flip my camera down and you can see me like working with my hands. And so I won't be able to do that today, but I didn't want you guys to miss out. So also I am I'm editing the cross stitch cowl pattern. And I will be putting that up as soon as I'm done with it. So on the loom, I have the cross stitch cowl pattern. And I will try and get that on needles if that's something somebody is interested in. I haven't done it on needles yet, but I could totally try and convert that. And anyway, we'll see you later. Bye, YouTube. Have a great day and happy knitting. Yes, I want to finish. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so there we go. And now I'm closing that out. Yes, I do. Okay. That is how that goes. Y'all want to see how I had it set up? I'm sure you do. I'm just going to go ahead and go for it because you guys like to see that kind of thing. Look at that. That's what I had. And I used this app, Emoze, E-M-O-Z-E. So that is that. I'm going to take that down because I don't want it to fall when I start moving things around. I'm going to give the YouTubers a chance to hop on to the Facebook page. I think it's hilarious when people say the Facebook, but because I had to say page, I'm like, all right, it's acceptable, fine. The Facebook. I'm on the Facebook, hun. I'm on it. I'm on it. Tanisha, I love to crochet, knit, and loom knitting. So much fun. I love learning from you. Oh, thank you. Candy Annie says, I bought a loom at secondhand store, but haven't used it. Last loom I used was handmade knitting knobby. Oh, old spool with nails. Oh, yeah. Like a little, a spool loom. Yeah. There's so many different names for those. Little knitting bee, anyway, there's lots of names. So when you said bought it at a second-hand store, I was thinking of the raspberry beret. She wore a raspberry beret, the kind you find at a second-hand store. Rest in peace, Prince. She wore a raspberry beret, the kind you find at a second-hand store. Hey, sometimes there's actually a loom that is raspberry in color, and Reader's Digest actually came out with it, and I think it came with a green one, and so it's a raspberry loom. And so I could say that Candy Annie Bought a raspberry knitting loom, the kind she found at a secondhand store. Raspberry loom. Oh, if it was warm, she would knit you a sweater. Raspberry beret. Oh, I could do a tutorial for raspberry beret. I have to make a beret first, y'all. Oh my gosh. I'm salivating at the thought of it, apparently. Yeah, 30 years ago, Candy Annie. All right, cool. All right, so let me get started. What I need to do is the tip on this. So I'm thinking, hey, if you join us from having been on YouTube, could you write YT or YouTube for me? And then I'll know that people have been able to make it over. What I'm doing right now is I'm getting my Big Bertha. Here's Big Bertha. Big Bertha. This is Big Bertha. Big Bertha. She's a good girl. She's real good. She holds this yarn. She's a very big yarn bowl. See, she's very pretty inside. See her? She's lovely. Okay, so I got Big Bertha at one of the, I'm trying to remember if I got it at Stitches last year. Did I get it at Stitches? If Carol is on this morning, she would be able to tell me if I got it at Stitches, because I can't remember if I got it with her or if I got it with someone else, because I know I was shopping with someone. Did I get it with Raylyn? Raylyn, you're on here. Did I buy Big Bertha and you were with me? Help me remember. Anyway, neither here nor there. You love Bertha. Awesome. Okay, so I am using Bertha. So I've got her emptied now, and we're putting this ball in here. I'm going to tell you, the best way to work with this yarn is to pop it off. By the way, this is a jumbo number 7 yarn. The Yarn Craft Council tells us it's a jumbo. I do not know what the wraps per inch is on here, but that's what they tell us. Craft Yarn Council. And if you are not familiar with Craft Yarn Council, I just want to do a plug for them. Please go to craftyarncouncil.com. There is a wealth of information on there, just a plethora, and they are the ones who are in charge of helping come up with standards. They work with all the different yarn companies in the U.S. and they come up with they help come up with these standards, and that way you get some regulation on weights and stuff. Now, if you have yarn from overseas and stuff, it's not necessarily going to have that unless the company is an American company that has deemed to do that. So anyway, good morning, Kathleen. Hey, y'all might hear someone come in on my door, and it's someone who's going to help me today cleaning. So there might be a little bit of noise, but that's all right. So let's see book review. Oh, Gayla says she can't wait for book review. Yeah, British Columbia. I am so glad you're here. So anyway, I just want to show you what this looks like. Okay. So what I did is I pulled the yarn out. So working from the side is the best way, not center pull. I would not recommend a center pull because you really want to keep your tension nice and loose with this. You don't want it super tight. It is a boucle type where there is like all this fuzzy and there is a center thread. This one's actually, it's on here pretty great. But you can actually, I don't even use scissors with this. This is what I do. I take it and I like that. Okay, so that's how I break my yarn. Okay, that's what it looks like. And you can pull this extra little thing off. And actually it holds really, really well. Some of them like homespun frays off. And this one really doesn't do that bad. I mean, it's just a little bit, but doesn't keep coming out, or at least, and I have been doing that over and over and in the patterns I've been working on. So even if you get this part, you just pull it out a little bit and then you should be good to go. You shouldn't have to make a big knot. And look at that. So it works really well. So I don't even bother with scissors. That's the nice thing. This is what it looks like in Bertha. Check out Bertha, y'all. She's a big girl, right? So then I just take her and then I'll wind that in here, and this is how you use a yarn bowl. And then you pull it and then it won't be flipping around on you. Okay. So that's how that works. But Bertha can handle her, but most yarn bowls can't. I'm going to see, where's my yarn bowl? I have one yarn bowl here. It's this small. It's got little hole in it. It would not fit through that hole, and it certainly would not fit on here. That would be hysterical to use. And then I have another yarn bowl, which is equally as small, but it's super cute. Nikki made it for me, and I have been grateful ever since. All right, so I have cleared off my workspace. I'm getting ready to show you the tutorials. I have not seen anyone say YouTube. Did I miss it? Anyone join us from YouTube? Oh, that sucks. Okay, well, I'm not seeing any YouTubers. Oh, thanks, Pam. Yeah, so craftyarncouncil.com. Y'all go check that out. All right, what time is it? I started a little late today, so I'm just going to show y'all working with this yarn. So let's see. Ooh. Let me flip the camera and get it into position. Going into position. Oh, it's on me. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Let me turn that light off. That's my aught light. And I'm going to reposition here. Okay. I need a white paper, don't I? You guys can't see this, can you? Nope, that's got a signature on it. I'm so sorry. I was thinking, oh, I'll just do this and it'll be fine. All right, so let's see if that will work for us today. Let me trap that under my tripod here. And let's trap this one. That should be pretty good. Okay. Can you guys see that all okay? All right. Sorry. Forgive my my live adjustments. This is live on Facebook. All right. Sorry. You know me. I have to like be silly. You know what? Let me see if I can do that. That's more illuminating, isn't it? Excuse me. Okay. Luann says, I'm trying to move from watching on my phone to watching on the tablet. I can't find the link to this video. Wonder if that's why the YouTubers aren't here. Yeah, I mean, you have to go to the YouTube page. I mean, you have to go to oh my gosh, I can't even talk. I was reading Tammy's comment. You have to go to the Facebook page and click on it. I mean, if it's in your feed, it's great. But if you go to my Facebook page, you'll be able to see it. Okay, so I'm pulling from Big Bertha over here. And she is not cooperating. Okay. We're going to make a slip knot. Okay. Now, some people do their slip knots like, say like this. They make a circle and then they pull through and they do some stuff. I like to do this. I twist it around twice. I pull the back loop in front of the front loop and I go over the tip like this. And it's super big. Tammy, you had asked, is everything big right now from now on? No, but it is a fun trend. So we're hopping on board. So this is my my slip knot. Personally, I don't like doing the slip knot with this yarn. So I'm going to show you how to not use a slip knot. I've talked about it before. Oh gosh. Okay. So there's a few different ways you can do it. If you like to do if you like to do the long tail cast on, you just trap it and hold it and do the long tail, and then you end up like kind of unwrapping that last one, and then that's how you do it. Or that's also the slingshot method, you know, where you're like, you pull out extra and then you're holding the yarn and you do that, you know, when you're like doing it like this. But I think the thumb cast on is cool. So let's do the thumb cast on. We're going to trap it on here. We're going to take our thumb and put it down, wrap it around, and then slide it on like this. And then we do our thumb again, down, around, cast on, and put it on like that. Okay. So you get on like maybe, let's do 8 stitches wide here. What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then this last one is where I was holding it. And so I don't have any knots, no hard places. It's all super nice, right? So I want to make sure that that looks all nice. And then we can flip it around to my left hand and we can start knitting. Tell me, you guys, if this is not bright enough. I don't know if I can make this illuminated more. But anyway, you love the thumb cast on, Ellie? I'm so glad. Let me make sure I pull out enough from this Big Bertha here. I'm getting some slack here. Okay. Hopefully you're not hearing it, but my dishwasher is making its own noises right now. So, all right. So we're just going to start knitting. Put your needle in and work your stitch around like this. Okay, you make your loop and you let that fall off. Don't worry about all that extra slack because it's going to work out. Some people try and tighten it every time and then you have a problem. So just let it fall right off. I got that one a little tight, but this thumb cast on can be loose looking, and so I try not to be like super loose when I put it on, because I know that I'll tighten it up with these first few stitches and then it won't be so crazy loopy. So we're going to knit, work our way in, go around. Do you guys want to see me feed the yarn from my left hand instead of throwing it with my right? Tell me if you'd like me to do that. There's a technique called flicking where you can get it from your right that Stacey Perry does. I think she may have come up with it, but I would love to do that. I've never practiced it, but I've watched her do it, and I think it looks really cool. Whoops. All right, so this is how thick it was working up. This is just 8 stitches, and it's giant, you know. So 8 stitches on like a #1 needle. Oh my gosh, it's super tiny. And then if I put that right next to this, it would be funny. Okay, so Pam says yes, please. So let me go ahead and do that. I'm going to put my yarn to the back on my left side. Okay, and then if you like to crochet, you may find you like this way better. So I will admit to you that I can knit like nobody's business holding it in my left, but I have yet to master purling this way. So if you're just knitting a garter stitch and you have and you like crochet and you're just needing you're doing needles for the first time, this actually works really well. So I'm holding it on my left. Okay, I put my my first needle in and then I wrap. So it's already on the back side of it, right? And I wrap around and then I just pull that loop on through and slide it off. Okay, put it in, wrap around, okay, and then slide it off. Oh gosh, butterfingers. It's normally better than that. This big yarn is really interesting. So wrap it around and slide it off. This will get easier once I get it past a few rows here. Wrap it around, let go. Let me get a couple rows going because this is like, I look very awkward. And of course, because they're big needles, it's actually easier than this. I haven't done it with the big yarn, so forgive me for not having worked with the big, holding it this way. All right, last one. So anyway, I'll have to show this to you on another day when I have some not so big yarn. But anyway, you can see these big old loops that this is creating. I mean, look how giant that is. That's big. Let me get some more yarn from this Big Bertha here. She is stuck. You know what's actually hindering it is this this winning tag that's in here from the big, because they're having that contest, and there's a tag at the end, and it keeps catching. Let's see. Sorry, let me go back and read comments here. Aaron says, I knit continental, so left hand would help. Teresa says that's how I do it, but I didn't know if it was okay. Good to know. Yeah, totally okay. Yes, once working with big yarn, you'll get used to it. Yeah. And I've worked with it, like holding it, like throwing on my right, but I don't usually hold it on my left with the big. I haven't done that yet because I've only recently been holding my yarn in my left when knitting, because I'm trying to expand, right? Everybody's different, right? So this is holding on the left. And I always find like the first couple rows anyway are kind of goofy when I'm learning something, especially. But sorry, I keep knocking my table. Some people like that noise. You know, the series that I had, the beginning series where I cast on and I show knitting and purling on the on YouTube. There are people who love the sound of apparently the way that I teach with my voice, and the way the needles like knock with rhythm on the table. There's something about that that's like soothing. And I had someone comment on one of my videos that it was like the perfect video for that. I was like, well, that's cool. Hopefully you'll actually learn how to knit. But I guess they're just letting it go, listening in the background. Anyway, you can see how fast this is working up. I mean, this is like 3 inches already, and it's like uber big. So, anyway, that's that working up, and you can see how wide it'll be. So you can make yourself a super scarf, which is really popular right now. Speaking of popular, with 8 stitches here on these needles, you can see what fits. I believe these are, it does not say, but I want to say they're clover needles, but they're US 50 or 25 millimeter, and you can also do a crochet hook, and which is also 25 millimeter. I think that's a U is the size of a crochet hook. And then to get the same size in a loom, you would use a zippy loom. So yeah, it's massive, chunky. So I mean, you really have to have a good reason for it. But I mean, this is not your everyday wear and everyday scarf. But boy, is it fun for a night out, and just to be kind of fun. And can you imagine like just wearing jeans and like a simple t-shirt, or like a long sleeve t-shirt, and then this big chunky thing? Like, wouldn't that be cool? So let me flip the camera and see me again. Hello, how are you, my loves? Let me adjust my camera here. I know it doesn't look like I'm adjusting, but I am. And here we go. So answer questions. I can't read the questions as easy when I have it tilted down like that. Let's see. Oh, Pam says, I really want to get one skein to try. How big would it end up when you finish this skein? That is a good question. Pam, what are you making? If you're making a cowl, I am sure that you could just use one, because I made the one cowl on the zippy loom, and I used like 30 yards, and these are 32 yard balls. But if you want to do, let's say that 8 stitches wide, because mine was 10 rows in a cowl, and it was done in the round, and it was 10 rows high. And I had done some elongated drop stitches in the middle, an Indian cross stitch, which would be the needle version. Anyway, so I'm guessing that would amount to about the same thing. So I'm going to say if you had to do a scarf, you might need 3. I know that when I made the blanket that was like 35 by 42 when I was crocheting, although I was making it's using more. A blanket was about 10 balls, so you would probably need about 12 if you're doing a really nice size blanket, and it's like more of a flat thing rather than the kind of goofy bubbled up ball thing that I was doing with the texture stitch. So it is big, but there's less yardage. If you use the Hobby Lobby version of this, you can get the same kind of yarn, the boucle that's really big and the jumbo. Yarn Bee makes it. It's at Hobby Lobby. It costs $6.99. It's the same as the sale price right now for the Bernat. They have different colors. They're more muted tones, and they're 28 yards in a ball instead of 32. So you're losing 4 yards. So the price right now is about the same, but you'll still need probably 3. Does that answer the question, Pam? I hope so. Tammy says, I think I wrap my purl stitches slightly different. I guess I do it wrong. Yeah, you probably don't do it wrong. I wasn't showing purling at all. So, Luann, knitting needles clicking against each other is the sound of my grandmother. Oh, that's such a good memory. Pam says, just what you are working on now. Okay, so sorry. I just kept rattling on about that, didn't I? Well, I could sit here and work on this as I talk to you guys and see how far I get if you want me to do that. If you guys have questions, let me see how this works up. Then Tanisha says this yarn looks good to use for arm knitting. Yeah, it would be good for arm knitting, totally. You know, it's going to be, oh gosh, I'm sorry, my wire is getting in the way of my knitting. I use my earbud for my microphone because when I'm flipping the camera around, it causes my sound. I talked about this yesterday, I think. It causes my sound to go from different places when I flip the camera. And the way that the phone works, by the way, your phone is designed when you do a forward facing camera, it pulls the sound from your side, but then when it's going the other way, it's when you're flipped around, it sounds far away because it's trying to get the sound from that other side. Say, like if you were filming a subject, a person, you would want the sound to come from that side, right? But it doesn't imagine that you could be behind it narrating, right? So wearing an earbud will help that. Anyway, Ellie says, have to leave. Oh, I'm sorry. I missed seeing your comment. You probably already left. Bye, Ellie. We'll see you later. She's at a women's club meeting, and I'll catch the rest on replay. Well, you have a great day, too. Just straighten it, maybe a pillow. Oh, yeah, you could totally do a little pillow. Yeah. I would do, if you're going to do a pillow, I wouldn't do garter stitch. I would, every other row, you're going to want to purl. And then have it like a nice stocking net. So you've got a very smooth pillow. And put the knit stitch on the outside. Kathleen says, Clover you. I'm assuming that's good luck to you. Good luck to you. So what are you guys working on right now on your knitting while I sit and knit? I don't know how long this is going to take me, honestly, because I'm talking and moving the thing to read. Kathleen says I pay $9. Kathleen, you're in British Columbia. Luann says arm knitting, a great idea. Yeah, I think so too. The arm knitting that I've seen some people do is like that big roving. And I saw some nice roving at Michael's the other day when I was having my big shopping spree, both of them. They have the ginormous yarn, I think is what they called it. It's either a 5 or a 6. And it's like a roving type. There was 2 different ones. One had kind of a thread around it, and then the other one was almost like a knitted sleeve around it. And but it was really luminous, like very it had a neat sheen to it, which would be pretty. Kathleen says she's just having coffee and listening and watching. Oh, awesome. Glad you love it. Tanisha says, I'm loom knitting a scarf. Oh, are you working on your own thing you're putting together, or are you using a pattern right now? And Marie says, I'm not working on anything because it's all packed up for our move. Oh, I feel your pain. But thinking about going to Joann's today for a sock loom and try that out. Any recommendations for brand or type? Good question. Yeah. So if you are wanting to make socks that are a nice fine gauge for wearing on a daily basis, I would suggest getting an extra fine gauge, an EFG loom. Knitting Board makes one that is adjustable. It's white. It's all plastic. That one works well. Excuse me while I pull this out. And you just get a sock yarn. It works really great with sock yarn. And then you can have really nice extra fine stitches. There is a sock loom, the original sock loom from Knitting Board, and it has metal stitches. And I want to say it's just a kind of a fine gauge loom. And it is, I don't have my chart in front of me, but you can still use a sock yarn on it and it's still going to look really great. You're going to use a flat knit stitch. Knitting Board has a great, I still haven't done any heel videos, like how to do the wrap and turn and everything, just because I think Knitting Board has such a nice video on it and it's hard to kind of get in there and see those details. I think they do such a great job. I hate to recreate it, but although I may one day, because I've had people ask me. If you want to use worsted weight yarn because you just have a bunch of it, I know your stuff is all packed. So if you have worsted handy and you're just trying to like make maybe some slipper socks, then you could even use the Sock Loom 2, or you can also use your all-in-one, although it's not as handy. And that's a 3/8 gauge. It is a small gauge loom, and that one can knit some nice socks, but if you're wanting like a finer knit, then I would go with the EFG. And then, oh, by the way, Hobby Lobby also has one, and I think, or Loops and Threads has one that a lot of people like. I think it's purple, and that one's probably more comparable to the original. Actually, you know what? If anyone's on here who knows, who can tell me, because I've seen it, but it might be more comparable to the Sock Loom 2. I'm not sure if it's a 3/8 or if it's smaller. So, let's see. Joann says looming a skirt. Oh, are you still working on that skirt? It was so pretty. Your twirly skirt, Joann. Teresa says loom knitting a mermaid tail blanket. Awesome. Janelle says, using Bernat baby blanket yarn to garter stitch baby blanket for first grandbaby. Oh, wonderful. Yeah. Just your idea, learning how to knit. Okay, so you're working on with needles or loom. I missed that. I'm sorry if I don't remember things because I'm trying to get everybody in my head straight. So, Tanisha, oh, she's working on her own thing. Okay, trying to get better at loom knitting. Awesome. A sweater for you, Tammy. Oh, yeah, that's great. I have never made, I think people are going to be like, okay, I'm leaving now. She's never made it. I've made lots of things. There is not a demand very much for me to make sweaters for myself in Texas with the crazy heat we get. So I have never made a sweater. I've started making, I've actually got the things together to piece it together for a baby, but I haven't made anything else beyond a sweater for a baby, like a child. So yeah, Tammy, I know Tammy's doing a sweater for her because I think you told me about that in a private message. We talked about that. I think you were surprised that I hadn't made one, and I was like, it's too darn hot where I am. Man. By the way, this tag, you know, I think I should just get the tag in here. That tag from Bernat is giving me fits. Oh, Kathleen says, Teresa, mermaid blanket, did you see on YouTube? Oh, yeah. Oh, gosh. That is a topic. Mermaid blankets. Okay. Mermaid blankets. There's so many out there, so popular. And what I hate is because it got so popular, then all these companies in China and wherever else have decided to use cheap yarn to machine knit it, and they'll make them up and then charge people like 30 or 40 bucks. That is insane. That's insane because I know they're using cheap yarn. I know they're using cheap labor. In fact, it really frustrates me because I actually think about the labor thing. Can you imagine working in conditions like that and setting up all these machines or doing even if you're weaving in the ends on something, can you imagine how little they would pay you? Because you think about that. Like, let's like, don't think about yourself as a crafter for a second. Don't even think about that part. Like, oh my gosh, and I can't sell it for the price that I should, and this thing takes me forever. Don't even think about that. And I'm not like, all like, oh my gosh, child labor laws and all that. I'm not freaking out about that. I'm thinking, think about how much it costs to have someone do something like that for you, like how long it takes you to even just weave in the ends of something. Okay. So someone presents it to you and that takes just a moment. But can you imagine doing that like over and over in like in mass quantity? And that's all you did all day long. And I bet you get paid like a penny, like a penny a minute. Because think about it, they've got to pay for the shipping to get out there. They've got to pay for the overhead, like the cost of the building. They have to pay for the yarn. They have to pay for this and that, and taxes and the things to ship it, and like and advertising, and like all these things. I'm like, how much is someone getting paid? Just to do that one thing. Anyway, it's crazy because the yarn alone would cost you more than that here in the U.S. It would cost you more than that. And then how many hours, like whoever's making the mermaid blanket, I'm sorry, was it Teresa? Teresa, can you tell us how much time so far that you have spent on making your blanket? Oh, Janelle says needles. Oh, that's great. I hear you about the tag. Pam says, I'm sorry, I'm behind on comments. Pam says, hope I didn't miss anything. Had to take a work call. Darn the timing. Oh, was I sitting there? Was it you I was talking to about all that? Hey, Jean, I'm sitting here having a rant while you come in. I just see you checked in while I was talking. Kathy says, just saw you. Where did you get those great needles? Kathy, I got these at, where did I get these? I think I got, earlier I think I said Clover, and I want to take that back. I think maybe I actually got them at Hobby Lobby, and they're a Hobby Lobby one, because I keep wanting to call them Clover, but now I'm not so sure. But I do know, that Clover makes them, and I do like some like this, and I do know that that Michaels has them in their loops and threads, because I saw them with all the big Bernat blanket yarn at Michaels the other day. Like they have one of those like big white cages, like that rolls in the like a big cart in the walkway, and they were hanging on there. And then I know that you can get them in the Notions area, but right now with all the big giant yarn craze, that's what's actually happening. And so so then they had like both brands when I was at Michael's the other day, and I think that their top ends are different, but I'm thinking actually that this is a Yarnology one and not Clover. If anybody knows, tell me, but study the thing. Y'all correct me, because I keep saying the wrong thing, because I threw the package away. But when I had to think about when I took the package off, I'm thinking, yeah, that the packaging was like one of those like clamshell designs with like the fiber back, the cardboard back, and then the thing. Anyway, I'm just rambling. Gosh. And I talked about your book earlier, Kathy. I haven't done the review yet. I've got to record that tonight. Kathleen agrees. 3 or 4 hours. So Teresa says it took her 3 or 4 hours so far on her mermaid blanket. And how far would you say you are along? Are you halfway? Are you barely halfway? Are you past that point? Like, where are you on your mermaid blanket? Dawn, thank you. Thank you for the compliments on my hat. You were doing updates on your computer? Oh gosh. You know how many times I snooze on those updates on my computer and it's like, it's time to update. I'm like, I'll do that tomorrow. I keep doing that. Jen says my crochet ones can take a few hours or more depending on size. Yeah, I think the crochet ones probably are faster. Crochet a lot of times is faster. I mean, I'm not like a super fast knitter. I mean, there are people who are like speed knitters. I wouldn't even call me fast. I'm not fast because I'm halfway on this ball here and I'm going slow. Of course, I'm talking and scrolling and thinking and not doing my normal thing. I'd probably be much further along. But anyway, the crochet always takes more yarn because it's a series of knots instead of just the regular stitches. Yeah, a few hours depending on the size. But still, okay, let's say a few hours. Okay, so 3. Let's say 3 hours. So if you have 3 hours, would you say that you're worth, I know you're worth more. Let's say $20 an hour just to be even, okay? I think that you are worth more than $20 an hour, personally. But let's just say 20. That's $60. Plus your yarn, how much are you spending on yarn? You spending at least $30 on yarn, maybe, is my guess, at least. So that's $90, be $100. That seems cheap to me for a mermaid blanket. If I saw someone sell one for $100, I would say that is a reasonable price. But to sell them for $30 is outrageous. Even $40, it's outrageous. Would you agree? Tammy says this is kind of a challenge for me. I have not needle knitted very long or much. Oh, Tammy, you're needle knitting your sweater, not looming. Is that what I'm getting? I'm sorry. I'm really behind in comments. Gayla says making a scarf on the loom and crocheting a virus shawl here. Oh, okay. Maybe next to Indian cross stitch and hopefully a shawl or scarf there. That'd be great. Yeah. Do you like that virus shawl? Is it working out pretty good? Ooh, are you using a Karen cake on your virus shawl? Because those are looking pretty. I've been seeing some pictures of those come up. Tina says, got my big needles from Hobby Lobby. Okay, awesome. Do your needles look like this? Do they have like this kind of routed edge to them? Are these your needles? No, I didn't steal your needles. These are from my house. Kathleen says, big needles, I paid $12.99. Oh gosh, I couldn't remember how much I paid for these. I just remember I saw them and I had to have them because I needed them in my stash. So that's what I say. Let's see, halfway. Teresa's halfway. And we say she's got maybe 3 hours. So let's see, it could take you 6 hours. And you're knitting it. Gayla says, I try to avoid buying stuff like Chinese mermaid blanket. That's wrong on so many levels. Yeah, so many levels. That's why I was saying, I was like, forget even the crafty point. Like, the cost, it has to be machine knit. And those machines are expensive. Yeah, I get it. But you do have to have people mess with them too. You have to people weaving in the ends. You have to put people, and the knitting machines, usually people are, they're seaming stuff together. It's not always done in one. I mean, there are machines that can do some stuff in one piece, but most of them are not like that. You're still going to have to seam it up together and everything and get the ends and all that stuff. And then you have all the other costs involved. You got yarn and you got overhead and everything else. So Tammy says, I worked in a factory that made comforters, sheets, etc., bedding items. So I know what it's like making the things in large quantities and the selling price. Yeah. And I've gone to different factories to go check out like how carpet is made and rugs and all kinds of stuff. And man, first of all, those places can be hot. It depends on what you're doing. But even if you're in a clean area or something, you've got like equipment on to keep you clean, and that can be hot just to sit and wear, and not comfortable. Kathleen said, it's the pressure to make it. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys heard me, one broadcast I was talking about, my friend had, she texted me and said that her daughter is 16, mind you. And she said, oh, Ray wants this, mermaid blanket. Can you make one? How much would you charge? And I said, I said $1,000. I mean, I would charge $1,000 for it, but I said $1,000. And she's like, ha ha ha, okay, then she can learn. I'm like, exactly. Like, I am not making a teenager a mermaid blanket. They can like make it themselves, or like, seriously, I would charge that because my time is worth more than that. I've got way too much to do. So, but it's the pleasure of making it. Yeah. I mean, I would not take pleasure in making a mermaid blanket though for her because A, I have other commitments. B, my girls would be jealous because I take pleasure in making stuff for them first. That's why I don't knit for funds. Like, that's why I like to teach people. I prefer making something for my family and then teaching how to make it for other people so they can make it for their family and friends. That's what I prefer. I do not get pleasure out of making the same thing over and over again, but lots of people do. That there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong. I love that people can do that. The creative side of my brain can't take it. I can't take it. It just, there are certain things that I get pleasure out of doing over and over, like certain basic things and stuff, because it's like it helps mind and stuff like that. But like, if I had to make a certain complicated pattern over and over again, I couldn't do it because I would find myself changing it and tweaking the pattern for fun. So that's pleasurable to me. Pam says, mine do not, and I think, what? Mine do not, and I think are the clovers. Dawn says, working on another pair of socks. In 4 knit-alongs, due by October 31st. Oh, you're holding up the socks. Good job. Good job, Dawn. You're in 4 knit-alongs? Holy cat hair, Batman. Tammy sent the link. I'll have to look at that later. Kathleen says, oh, good day, Kathleen. You have a beautiful day. I guess you're signing off. Tammy says, I pulled up Hobby Lobby and the needles look like what they have in a blue package. Okay. So these are Hobby Lobby. Thank you for answering that question. Thank you so much. Tammy says I'm needing. Oh yeah. She's needle knitting a sweater. I'm sorry. I'm really behind. I don't know how far behind I am. I'm just going because I'm trying to knit while I talk. Gayla says yes, it is, and no. Using Red Heart Boutique in stained glass. It's gorgeous, actually. Oh yeah. Oh, I've seen that stained glass. That's really nice. There are something, it's kind of like shopping. It's a lot like shopping. Did you ever go clothes shopping with your mom? And she's like, I know it looks bad on the hanger, but trust me. Please put this on. Please try this on. I'm like, it looks junky. I don't like it on the hanger. I don't like it on the hanger. Just put it on. Just try it on. Trust me, babe. It's going to look good. And then you put it on and you're like, this is glorious. This is like the best thing ever. And I'm so glad I trusted my mom or the person you're shopping with, whatever. But have you ever like seen something on the shelf? You're like, oh, it's so pretty. I wish I could afford it. And then you save up and then you buy the thing and you put it on and you're like, this is not what I thought it would be. No. And then you try to adapt it to the right way or, or gift it to a friend that they'll appreciate it. And then they go, oh my gosh, this looks beautiful on me. It looks fantastic. Thank you so much for thinking of me. I appreciate it. And you're like, I'm glad they like it because I don't on me. You know what I mean? So, Pam says, I made a little one for American Girl doll with my niece and you want to make one her match. Oh, that would be so cute. Oh, see, that's fun. That's really fun. That's sweet. Yeah. And because those dolls are really, they're generational. You can pass those down. So that'll be really nice to pass the matching clothing down too with the mermaid blanket. Cause I know it's trendy right now, but that would be really neat. So, hey, Ada. Hi, Sunshine. Luann says, I love watching, but you have to be responsible now. Go be responsible, honey. We'll be here when you get back. We'll be on replay, but we'll have some fun while you're gone. And then we say hi when you come back. So here's the hi. Hi. Thanks for coming back. Hey, I caught up on my comments. All right. Who asked me? Was it Linda? Who asked me? Here I am. This is how far I've gotten. This is, I don't know how far that is. I'm thinking, ladies, that you could do 6 stitches and be just fine. So I would say you're going to get further. Do 6 stitches in the 25 millimeter. If you're just going to do a garter stitch or whatever, yeah, 6 will be fine. If you want a super scarf, do the 8 like I'm doing, because this is definitely super scarf worthy. Scarf? Oh my gosh. Anyway, thank you for the compliments on the hat. This is the slouchy newsboy hat, and this is the non-slouchy version, and I have it turned. This is the soft brim. It's made with Wool in the Gang. Wool. Luann, oh, bye and thanks. Yeah, thanks for the accent for this Midwest displaced New Yorker. Yeah, and I'm a Texan. I visited New York. So anyway, thanks for coming, honey. Love ya. Mwah. Your hands like butter. You know, this is Coffee Talk. Hello, I'm your host, Kristen Mangus. Welcome to Coffee Talk. Tammy's over there. She's making a sweater. I'm here. I'm in Texas. I'm visiting my friends and relatives, I guess. I've got my knit hat on, and I got my super scarf right here. My super scarf is just, yeah, you know, just sitting here. We're just sitting here knitting. Did knit. Knit 1 purl too, except there's no purl today because Mama don't have no pearls. Gayla says, oh, should I read Gayla in an accent? Oh, me too. I make things for my family and newborns and friends and stuff for the house. My mum, she has so many gorgeous things I've made in threads and yarns and both. I need to get pictures of the things I've done. Yes, you do, Gayla. Yes, you do. I'm not really sure what this accent is because it's a little bit British, and I think I'm going a little Australian. Let's throw some shrimp on the barbie, shall we? I love my international friends, and I love fake playing my accents all wrong. So I was in My Fair Lady in high school in the musical, and they had us like super serious. Like we had to go to accent class, and depending upon your role, you had to go to Cockney class or Ascot class, and you would learn how to speak, correctly. And like if you were from one side of the tracks or not, so to speak, in London. I love the hat. Thank you, Heather. I appreciate it. It's very simple. It's knits and purls, and then there's some purl two together, and some yarn overs. Pretty simple stuff. You just work back and forth in a visor and increase, and then you attach in the round and, work a few rows and garter and then keep going. So I have the pattern in a chart available too. So, okay, this is how far I've gotten. Look how this is in garter stitch, y'all. See, what is this? Probably 18 inches. I'm just eyeballing it. This is what's left. Let me show you how much is left of the ball. And it looks pretty big, but actually it's kind of, I'm not thinking I'm going to get much further than this. I'm thinking I'll get 2 feet out of it, but it's probably a good 15 inches wide, and that's 8 stitches. So I'm like basically holding it on. And the nice part is this is chunky on the back, but if this was a DPN, it would be off the other side. So Anyway, someone has to go get things done. Oh, no, sorry. I'm not reading correctly. Hey, raise your hand. Tell me, who was it that asked me how much yarn I'm going to use, like how much it's going to take to get this far? Tell me, fess up, who was it so I don't have to scroll back and look. Let's see, what time is it? 10:14. Okay. As soon as I finish this, I will finish the broadcast. But this way, you guys know I was asked, and you might as well. You're all still hanging out with me. And then tomorrow is crochet day. And I can work on the super big yarn again. And I will crochet up the marshmallow stuff. Oh, good, Pam. Okay. It was you. Pam says, I folded in half. So fold it in half and maybe just what I want. Yeah, I mean, you could do 4 stitches. Quite honestly, you could do 4, and so you get twice the length. I will measure this up. I'm sorry, an alarm popped up, so I don't know if it stopped. I will measure this up here for you, and when I'm done, and tell you how big it is. It might as well just keep this broadcast going because y'all are my peeps hanging out with me. And let's see. BBAP. I have a pen. I have an Apple. Apple pen. As soon as he said that, I thought of Steve Jobs announcing the Apple pen. I have a pen. I have pineapple. Pineapple pen. It's so dumb. That song. Oh my gosh. But of course, I had to make a video of it because I'm silly. Let's see. Oh, Kim says, I'm sorry, I didn't see you, Kim. Kim says, hello, messed cruel to my coffee pot. I think I need to chug the whole thing. After that, I get to enjoy Charlotte area yarn crawl. Oh, have a wonderful day. Have fun, Kim. Nice. Have fun. Mark says, I say 6 balls. 6 balls for the scarf, you think, Mark? Gayla says, LOL, Kim, some days I wish I could hook up a coffee IV. No kidding. Have you guys seen those? I got something for you nitty kids. All right, all you kids here. I say kid. I don't know why I'm saying kids. Some of y'all are older than I am. Have you seen those camelbacks? So a camelback is like a backpack. The Army originally made them, I think, but and long distance runners use them. It's like a bladder of water that sits on your back in a little backpack, and it's got a tube, and you suck on it, and you're supposed to put water in there. And I'm sure someone might put something else. I guess you could put Gatorade or something. But I was thinking, gosh, that would be cool if you could have coffee like that. But I thought, man, if you were doing like a marathon, knitting adventure, and you're sitting doing Netflix and stuff, I mean, Netflix and knitting, and you could do that and then have just keep going. The only thing is you'd have to get up to go to the restroom. All right. Okay. I finally my yarn is getting like so big that it's not even like fitting in a ball. It's loose. Oh, Ada sings, don't forget to sing before you sign out. Ada, in the beginning, I did a little music video kind of thing, that Pineapple Pen, that PPAP song, that Pineapple Pen thing. Oh my gosh. I did like a little thing where I was playing it. And yeah. My accent. Yeah, thanks. My accents. Which accent? Heather says, love that song. It cracks me up every time. Yeah, it's so silly. As soon as I heard it, I'm like, what? Of course you start laughing, but it gets stuck in your head and everybody's going to be like, Kristen, darn you, you got that pineapple song in my head, that pen thing. But now when you think of a pen and someone says, I have a pen. Like, hey, do you have a pen? Yes, I have a pen. I have a pen. I have an apple. Apple pen. This is interesting. So Facebook tells me certain things sometimes and it says, congratulations, this is your most commented on live video yet. So I'm like, really? Okay, well, that's probably because I'm talking and doing this for way too long. I don't know what time I started actually, because I know I was late starting. And so this is probably like astronomically long, but it's because Pam, I love her so much. I am continuing my marathon of knitting and I am getting through this super scarf that I have obviously started. And now we are all hanging in the balance. I would be doing a big disservice if I stopped. Like, I have to keep going, right? I mean, I have to make this thing now. Now I'm going to be like, I need another ball and I need to work this in and let's get this. I guess I could make a cowl in it because it's going to be long enough for a cowl. So yeah, it would be a great cuddle pillow. I mean, but it's nubby. I mean, I was just thinking in a pillow, I think I would like to see something that's nice and smooth. Maybe like if it had some pearled hearts or something, like one big heart that's pearled, or I don't know, something. I guess I have to scroll up. Oh, Teresa says, great. Now that song's stuck in my head. I have an apple. I have a pen. I have pineapple. Pineapple pen. Apple pen. Pineapple pen. Pen, pineapple, apple pen. Oh, the Australian one? Does anybody know who Christine Kane is? Christine Kane is a lady who speaks. She's a Greek Australian. she's from Australia, although she's also Greek, and she runs A21, but she's also a pastor. She's an evangelist, and she comes and preaches and everything. But when she talks, she says, "You cheeks," like a chick, like hey chick. She says cheeks. So in her Australian accent, cheeks. You cheeks. You say y'all. She makes fun of us when she comes to Texas. I've had the pleasure of hearing her speak at Gateway and at Pink Impact, which is a women's conference. So I am all mixed up, Tammy says. Of course. Dawn says, I love you all, but I have no idea how you can drink nasty coffee. Cheers to you, Betty. I love tea too, though. My favorite tea is actually peppermint tea. But I don't drink coffee black, although I have, when I went through I did a cleanse several years ago, and I ended up having coffee like black, and it took a while to get used to it, and I was fine, but that is what I call candy coffee. Candy coffee is when you have creamer that has sugar added. This is a no sugar one, but so French vanilla or pumpkin spice latte or some Bailey's, Bailey's creamer, like the one that has, like the non-alcoholic kind. Joann says, I just had my minions bring me my coffee. Banana. Love coffee here. I am sorry, but yeah, but Nikki is like that too. Every time she would come over, I would always offer her coffee, and she's like, Kristen, I only drink tea. So, yes. And so I always have coffee and tea when I have knit nights, because we do have probably a third of the people who come are like, I'm just a tea drinker. Gayla says my minion is asleep at the moment. My minions are at school, so. And Pam says, and I appreciate it. You don't hate me for making you knit more. Really? Really? I am happy to sit and knit. I'm missing my group. Okay, now normally I go to a group on Wednesdays, and I am out of here by now, and I joined the group. But I was debating if I even wanted to go to group today because they're not actually doing the book study that we said we were doing, and they're doing a craft. And the craft is not necessarily something I want to do because I'm like, really? Because if we're going to do that for charity or whatever, you can send me the stuff and I will just do it from home. But I know I like being with them and chatting and talking and stuff, but I'm like, man, really? I have to, I've got a drive there, the drive back, the time away, and I'm sitting here knitting and having fun with you people, which is, I think, a lot of fun. So anyway, if I'm not doing my book study, I'm playing hooky. Do y'all mind if I play hooky with you? Oh, Pearled Heart would be cute. Oh, you like that? Boy, I must be behind in my comments. Gayla says coffee beans should be my birthstone. Oh my. Oh, coffee bean should be my birthstone. Oh my. I'm typing the accent. Hello. Oh. Is that how we laugh when we laugh at an accent? It's like Jim Carrey. Somebody stop me. Carrie says, Carrie? Tammy, I called you Carrie. Tammy says, my husband had them when he was in the military, still have a couple. Oh, the camelbacks. Wow, I am behind in my comments. Tina says, I drink green tea, but also many teas you tried have no flavor. Pam says, my mom doesn't like coffee, but loves the smell and also likes coffee ice cream. Yeah, coffee ice cream. Oh, so yeah, coffee, I mean, I love to smell coffees. There's this coffee shop in, I don't know if it's still around, but in San Antonio on the Riverwalk. If you ever get to go to San Antonio, please go to the Riverwalk. But there's a Riverwalk mall, and there was a store, and it's like coffee beans, and it's like every coffee bean you can imagine. And they have all these containers and things, and you go in there, and the store smells incredible. I went there when I was a kid. We had some family who lived there, and I remember smelling them, and I was like, "Oh, can we eat a bean?" You know, and I tried one. You know, my head's like, "Go ahead," you know, because he knew what it would taste like, and I'm like, "What is this?" Ah, you know, and then he gave me like an espresso bean and chocolate, and I had that, and I was like, "This looks good." So, you know, I was like, "It's crunchy. It's kind of weird, but it's good." And thus the love began. But I didn't really appreciate coffee until college, I think. Yeah, and coffee ice cream is outstanding. Pam says, in that case, you are welcome for making you stay with us instead. Gayla says, I can't wait to pull this. I can't wait to pull this pineapple apple pin on someone at work. They're always asking me for a pin. I want to see a hidden camera when you do that. Elaine says, are we talking coffee? Good morning from the mountains in Canada. Yeah, we're talking coffee. I'm just sitting here knitting and playing hooky. This is not a usual thing for me. I would have left by now, but I'm on like marathon right now. This is like a marathon knitting thing. This is not intended. This is like, oh, I'm almost done. I can see the end. Anyway, chocolate covered espresso beans. Yeah, they had them in like one of those like dime machines where you put the dime in and then you twist it. I think you can't buy things with a dime anymore, but it was, I'm sure it'd be a quarter or 2 quarters. It'd probably be $1 now. It'd probably be like one of those where you have to put like 4 quarters in and like shove the thing in, and they give you like 1 bean. Inflation. Darn you! Such a dork. Okay, I gotta finish this line out. I think I'm near the end here. Hold on. I don't think I'm gonna bind off. I think I'm gonna have to just tie on a new ball because I can't stop. I can't stop. I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a knit night. That tonight's gonna be a knit night. That tonight's gonna be a knit night. Da-da-da-da. Let's turn it up. I got my needles. La 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 la. All right, look. Here we go. It is. This is how long it is. If anybody wants to count the rows. And then I've got a little bit left. I don't even have enough left to do a bind off because that would be ridiculous to bind that off there. That's not even long enough for a cowl. Because if I try to put that in, this drop my needle. Anyway, if I connected this now, it would be a muff. That is not a cowl. That's not enough for a cowl. So let's see what the width of this is. Let's put it up to my head. Really big. That's what that is. Let's fold it in half for her, shall we? I was going to take it off the needles, but now I can't. Let me fold it in half. Okay, so this would be folded in half. This would be 4 stitches wide. That's reasonable. What I made is unreasonable. This is super scarf. So you can do 4 stitches and then have twice this length. So this is probably 8. Let's guess. Let's have some guesses. Who's going to be the winner? Let's go get a, I got to get a tape measure. Hold on. I may have moved the phone. All right. I think I have a tape measure in here. I thought I spotted it. I spy something orange. What are the guesses? Oh no, it's more than 15. I'm talking about the length that I've made. She wanted to know how much. This is 10 stitches. I'm sorry, this is 8 stitches wide and it's on the 25 millimeter. The width is 15. The width is 15 to the very, very edge. And I'm gonna guess 20. Okay, here we go. Or, I mean, not 20, 22. Let's see, 22. Now I'm not measuring to I'm measuring to right under the needles, not the actual needle. All right, sorry, I have this weird. Let me make sure I spread this out. This is my guess. Shut the front door. It is 23. It's just barely 23. So I was really close. Yeah, 23 inches. So, and I don't know how many rows I did. So I've got, let's see. That was the cast on. Oh, wow. That's interesting. Okay. Let me stretch that out. So we've got, see, I did the cast on. Which side was cast on? The tail was on that side. And then I did, yeah, so that was the first row. So this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38. 38 rows. 38 rows. So you could get, what is that? twice that if you did 4 stitches. So was it 76? It'd be 76 rows if you did 4 stitches. Is my math? Let's get some more coffee. Let's see. Gayla says they're gonna make me rent a rubber room when I do it at work. It's gonna be great. Yeah. Stuck at the office. I'm going back to see who got close. Who said 23? Did anybody guess 23? Nobody guessed 23? Aww. I was going to give you a prize. What would that prize have been? Probably a ball of this yarn because it's awesome. Now, this is not for every day. Anyway, so this was a lot of fun. Thanks for letting me have fun with you guys today and listen to me chat on my marathon of knitting day. I appreciate you. We will talk to you soon. Tomorrow is crochet day. And if you want, I will knit up and we'll do the giant marshmallow tomorrow. And the super marshmallow, I should call it. And Jennifer was the closest. What did Jennifer say? Did I miss her? She said 25. But she went over. We'll see. We'll see. All right. So, actually, I don't really have a prize, but because I'm hoarding my big yarn for projects, you know, it's mine. It's all mine. So we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you again for joining me today. Ada, I will sing you out with the Divine Consign song because I love it. Bada, sweet happy body. All right. Thanks for the good knit kisses, and I love the hearts. Bye, y'all.